Now this is a background menu that speaks volumes. Welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4, everyone. I am just so ecstatic to see that we have all three of these people over here, and yeah, we had this grand reunion happening, and we're looking forward to seeing how everything else comes through on this end. So, hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for the love and support, and let's do this. Alright everyone, welcome back. We have a lot of people to speak to, so let's start over here. There you are, Reen. Steadily working your way through the crowd, chatting everyone up. Are you going to talk to Kaela too? If that's okay, Special Second Lieutenant Kaela. Yes, you may speak to me at any time without reservation, Action Chevalier. I'm grateful for your help the other day. I had a feeling you guessed who I was right at the start. I had my suspicions. It seems I interrupted your conversation. What was it about? We were just touching upon our recent internal affairs in Calvard. I'm not sure what you might have heard about the situation there. The ruling party lost to the opposition in the recent elections. Once President Rocksmith's term ends, he'll be forced to step down. So your entire government is being swapped out? That's a drastic change. The country's already in a crisis, but there's also been acts of terrorism carried out by the anti-immigration faction. I see. Immigration is a very divisive issue in the Republic. With each passing day, it's becoming more apparent how weak our country is. I expect our leaders to announce a new course of action after today's discussion. Thank you. I have a handle on Calvard's situation now. Despite her young age, Kaela is remarkably sharp. Yep, two more people to speak to here. By the way, it's so good to see you again, Kaela. How has Kilika been doing? As well as ever, she's one Iron Lady. Hey, you make it sound as though a long time has passed since you were last in Calvard. Angelica, that Kilika, is she the one who I think she is? Ah, you picked up on her name, huh? She's a practitioner of Taito. She's the one who taught me. I thought so. Kaela, have you also been trained in the Taito style? No, although I do admire Eastern martial arts and swordsmanship. Pursuing those arts requires serious dedication and investment of one's time. I admire you for having reached intermediate level in the 8 leaves 1 blade style, Reen. Oh, thanks. I can appreciate that. Do I wanna... I probably should start from here then. I don't know if this is the back of the Pantagruel, but let me go here. Oh, Laura and everyone. It's an honor to speak with you again. We haven't had the chance to talk leisurely since we were at the Esmella's garden. It's been so long. I was kind of having an identity crisis when we last met. Somehow, we've always been too busy to really talk. Yeah, true. Damn, all the generals here are strong as hell. You managed to hold off McBurn all on your own in Languedoc Canyon. That's pretty damn awesome. My father fought McBurn as well, though he seemed alright at the time. The damages by suffered manifested later. Have you noticed anything similar? No, luckily. I seem to be perfectly fine. I don't think it's because McBurn was going easy on me. He seemed dead set on inflicting as much pain as possible. I think he might have been particularly vicious when he was fighting Viscount Arcade. I was worried about Wallace too. Good to know he's okay. It'd be nice to have a friendly duel with him one day. I think one friendly duel was enough in the past. Well, is that you, Schwarzer? You look awfully serious. The situation's pretty grave. At least I finally have a sense of what direction I should be heading in. I got my allies to thank for that, and for lending me their strength. That's good. Guys, you seem to have gotten used to your new powers. Barkhorn was a legend, there's no doubt about that. But I think you'll be another. That's kind of you to say so. I hope it won't sound patronizing, but I've been concerned about you. I see now that I needn't have worried. You're doing well for yourself and you'll go far if you keep it up. You know how to build my confidence, I appreciate it. They both studied under Barkhorn. I'm thankful they've got a good relationship. I should speak with Cassius soon. Spoke to everyone here? Okay. All the markers are good on this side. And now we just have to... Oh, wait. More on this side. Oh, there you are. Introducing yourself to all the important people, are you? Well, I thought it wouldn't hurt. What are you up to? Not much. We're merely standing around. I've been on this airship before. I've seen all there is to it. Anyway, the talks will be over, so I might as well wait here. Is something bothering her? She's not hiding it very well, is she? It's about that man from Liberl, Cassius. She's been acting funny around him. Ah, I get it. He's a master of the 8 leaves 1 blade style. He used to go by the nickname Divine Blade. Hey, why are you talking about behind my back? It's rude to exclude people from a conversation when they're right there with you. Sorry about that. How are you doing, Rosine? Everything okay? More or less. I see a report of some Ouroboros activity from High Seat when I was on the way here. Nothing's happened yet, though. By the way, has there been some sort of incident in the holy city of Arteria? I think Emma mentioned something about that too. Vita might know more about it, but as luck would have it, she's not here. Ah, yes. Maybe she'll turn up eventually. Maybe. But as for me, I'm happy she's keeping her distance. I can relax without her annoying presence setting my teeth on edge. Enjoy it while you can. Should I ask the staff to fetch you a saucer of warm milk? Good idea. Thanks, Rosine. Alright, that takes care of them. Alright, we're good on this end. We just need the top half. Talk to all the important people. Oh. This coffee's excellent. Yeah, and the biscuits are great. They're Mefaria's specialties. I'm glad they're to your liking. Afternoon coffee and biscuits. What a wonderful custom. I could get used to this. So true. I was worried that you'd be pretty unapproachable since you're the Grand Prince's secretary. I was surprised to learn you're not as much older than us, though. You're really young for your position. My situation's quite different. I'm close friends with Princess Alphin. I've been appointed especially for this occasion. My family's quite well known in Remefaria. You might have heard of the Salins? Let me think. Salin. Where have I heard that name before? The Salin Company produces medical equipment shipped worldwide. Remefaria is famous for being at the forefront of medical research, which becomes a bartering chip in relations with other nations. The Salin family, besides owning a prosperous medical company, has strong connections in government. You've done your homework, huh? The current state of affairs is deeply worrying for Remefaria. Our country is small and relies on advanced technology and scientific research to remain afloat. We're not prepared to deal with this war in the least. I understand your predicament. I wish there was something we could do to help. Well, let's see how these talks go first. I was wondering what her special secretary position was all about. She's very good with words, though. It's easy to see things from her perspective. Oh, someone had a typo on that end, but that's okay. And she encourages others to side with her. The Grand Prince made the right choice appointing her. Awesome, awesome. Oh, big group here. Big group. Holy cow. Alright. Well, I sure am lucky getting invited on board the Panther Grove to carry out exclusive interviews. So many interesting people in all of one place. Ellie, Tio, Elisa, and even Emma of the Hexen clan. I didn't get a chance the other day in Crossville, so let me say this now. This has gotta be fate. Adios must have guided me here to interview you all. What do you say? Maybe later if it doesn't take too long. Sorry, but I preferred you kept me out of the papers. Ever the keen journalist, Grace. You should be aware of this, but you won't be allowed to publish anything about this meeting in the foreseeable future. What about the freedom of the press? Just kidding. I understand that being invited to this top secret get-together is a great privilege, and I won't be able to write about it for a while. But once international relations become somewhat normalized, maybe I'll get the green light to publish a special report on this. After all, my duty as a journalist is to observe and document important events. That's definitely an important role. That's a sensible approach to take. I'll take everything she says with a grain of salt. You're hoping the materials you collect here will win you the Pulitzer Prize, aren't you? Anyway, there's no harm in it, is there? I missed my chance last year and the year before. That's Grace, a journalist working in Crossbell. Whatever her reason, she must have had impressed the right people to be allowed here. Oh, we're not done yet. Aha, the man of the hour. Reen Schwarzer, will you agree to an interview? I'm not at liberty to talk about a lot of things. Grace, you're putting him on the spot. She's very single-minded about interviewing people, but she's a nice person. Boo, you're no help at all, Tio. Reen, you look just like Grace walking around sniffing out info. Well, it's not like I'm curious about the meeting. By the way, I was surprised that Vita didn't show up. Me too, she left the barrier and vanished somewhere. It worries me a little. Yeah, it's kinda suspicious, huh? You're nervous she's plotting something? I don't mean to sound ungrateful, since she's helped us numerous times, but Vita's known to pursue pretty questionable goals. I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, right? Thanks, Reen. If only the same could be said of my mother. Chairman Arena? Well, she's raised a wonderful daughter. There's no way she could be a bad person. Aw, thanks. That was nice of you. Do I sense a scoop? Why is the Ashen Chevalier so sweet to you? Are you perhaps in a relationship? Grace, control yourself. Sorry. You can tell her off any number of times. She goes back to her MO right away. Interesting. Oh, the original team. What up? You bulked up since I last saw you, Lloyd. You haven't grown taller as much and got wide on the shoulders. Life on the run's better than hitting the gym. I had to get my outfits retailored. Oh, I didn't notice. You see him every day, so the difference isn't as obvious. But he looks more like his brother now, doesn't he? I've only seen him in pictures, but yeah, I'd say so too. Now, if only I had his height too. Is it Guy Bannings you are referring to? He was once high-ranking officer at the Crossville Police Department, but died in the line of duty 5 years ago. Yeah, we used to live nearby. I only know him from visions of the past. I've seen him here and there. He was super tall, and he seemed like a really reliable guy. Yeah, I feel like such a kid compared to him. But there's no use in wishing I was more like my brother. I've got to play the cards I've been dealt. It's me you've got, not him. And I'm determined as can be to end this work and walk towards independence for Crossbell. Me too. Spoken like a true leader. It's no wonder you were able to shake myself and Instructor Reen off during our encounter 2 years ago. Well, it's been through a lot, in fact. I might have had it easier than him. It's news to me that he had a brother, though. His brother sounds like an amazing person, too. Alright. Instructor Reen, aren't you busy playing nice with everyone? Well, we got to make the most of this opportunity. Lloyd, there's a lot for us to catch up on. I'd love to get a drink or two with you if we had the time, but... Sweet, I'm coming too. How about we go to a place I know when this thing lands? It's got some pretty nice... Randy? Alright. That's just like Randy. Actually, that reminds me. Ricia Mao is busy elsewhere right now. Yeah, there's a bunch of different factions at play here, both within and outside Erebonia. The other members of the Triple S, our close allies, are all busy dealing with them. Like Noel, Chief Sergei, Dudley, and Arios. That's right, Fran and Wazi help us sometimes too. Sonia and Meryl have been keeping their heads down though. They can't do too much considering their position. They're members of the same Crossbow Guardian Force that was absorbed by the Imperial Army, aren't they? Both very capable officers. Yeah, they have the same objective we do, but different obligations. Not unrelated to the contents of today's meeting. Okay, I'm starting to get a clearer picture. You can't help but get an idea of the master plan looking at all the people Museum and General Lagoon invited here. Wow, Reen, I'm impressed. You ever think about becoming a detective? I doubt I could match up to the pros. Okay, can someone tell me what's going on? Same here. The only thing I know for sure is that these two guys stopped showing off already. I believe you're just projecting, Instructor Randy. You could do the same if you tried, Randy. I'm not sure I like what you're saying, Keto. Me and chatted with Lloyd's group for a while. Alright, cool. And I think this is the last group. I never dreamed I'd be in the presence of the President of Calvert and the Grand Prince of Emeferia. Crown Princess Claudia and Lieutenant General Cassis are here too. Man, this place is crammed up top to the bottom with bigwigs. Me, on the other hand, I'm just some schmuck with an airship. What am I doing here mingling with them? What's the problem? You're great at mingling. And besides, you've been helping out Lloyd and Reed a bunch. No reason for you not to be here. By the way, thanks for helping me and Agate cross the border into the Empire. Things would have been way harder without you. Tita, I told you that was no big deal. You saved my bacon too in Heimdall. Seems like Capo Delivery Service is always there to help when we're in a pinch. Pinch, I said perch. Your services are a lifeline for Guild too. Everyone's very thankful to have you guys around. You don't work for Jaegers and you stay away from shady business. That counts in your favor too. Look, it's a business and we do what we have to in order to turn a profit. Ooh, she's blushing. Ooh. You guys, stop it. You really like teasing her, huh? Don't worry, it's friendly teasing. These, as well as the branch campus, used to be within the Capro Barony. The members of Capro Delivery Service used to be Sky Bandits, but they seemed like decent people. Hey Reen, you're quite the social butterfly today. Just making sure I get to talk to everyone. Cassie is next on my list. Makes sense since you both studied with Master Kafai after all. If I'm being honest, I'm not really sure why he and Chloe agreed to come all the way here. I don't know what to think about this Duchess Cayenne. The whole meeting is giving me some bad vibes. Mise's not a bad person, I promise. I can only imagine must have been planning this for a while. She tries not to show it, but the situation in the Empire was probably bothering her a lot. You noticed too, didn't you, Instructor? Yeah, I did. But from what I heard, Yuna saw right through her when they met back up.
Sure, you may also be a genius who can come up with plans to change the fate of the world, but that's beside the point. There's no way an ordinary girl like you would be okay with a plan that would cost millions of people their lives, is there?
We caught a glimpse of her true self back then. She's only 16, younger than me. I've heard this and that about the Cayenne family. The Duke before the last was widely believed to be just and wise noble. When he died in an accident, his younger brother inherited the title, but all he cared about was his personal interests. Mise's foolish uncle even stirred up the civil war, and their family was about to be stripped of their title and privilege. And yet here we are with Mise as the mastermind behind a plan to save the world. She's got more guts than anyone on the ship. I think I can empathize with her more than after hearing that. Yeah, me too. Judging from what I've heard, it's no surprise she understands. There's no telling how these talks will go until they are over and done with. But regardless of what major events are set in motion, we must not forget about the individuals that will be swept up. Mise is one of those individuals, so do me a favor and stay by her side. I doubt you need me to tell you that though. You really are amazing. Huh? You really just say what you think without beating around the bush, huh? I see now why Tita compares you to the sun. You're bright and you dispel any shadows of doubt in others. Thanks for the advice. That was my intention all along, but I need the kick to get around there to it. Glad to help. Good luck. Thanks. Oh wow, more talking. Oh Estelle, there's something I've been dying to know. You and Josh are together, right? But how far exactly have you guys gone? Huh? That's so out of the blue. Don't try to wiggle out of it now. I'm bringing curiosity too. You wouldn't have tried to dodge the question unless... Whoa. Why are you all bugging me about it? Ugh. I can't tell you when Veen's right there. What if he hears? Looks like they're talking about something personal. I don't want to be a third wheel. Better go. I'll find out about that later. From Joshua. Hey Kurt and Ash, good to see you again. Happy to have your instructor back. Yes, very much so. It was only possible thanks to everyone's help. Agate was pretty impressive with that sword of his. Really see where he got the name, Heavy Blade. Those two weren't bad either. I might have taken a couple of swings, but I was just one of many taking part in the Operation Bust Reen out. Same goes for me and Kia. Maybe our timing was lucky, but credit goes to everyone equally. Joshua, Ash. Don't the two of you have something important to talk about? Ren. She's right, don't put it off. Everything's going to shit right now. There's no guarantee you'll be able to see each other again. Yes, you should sort things out now. There's no denying that Raquel has become home to you, Ash. But I'm sure there's value in learning about the place that led you there. Huh. Hamel was just a small village. It had no more than a few dozen inhabitants. As a result, there were very few children living there. Lo was the eldest at 16. My sister Karen was 15, and I was 6. But there was another boy too. He was 3 years old. He was too young to play with us much, but ever since he was a baby, we looked after him. I was looking forward to playing with him when he was a little older. He was almost like a little brother to me. But then those peaceful days abruptly ended. A group of Jaeger dropouts posing as the Royal Army opened fire on the villagers. I watched as Jan and Amelia were shot. There was blood everywhere. Their son fell to the ground, blood all over his clothes. We fled. We ran and ran, too afraid to look back. Survival was the only thing on our minds. That boy didn't die though. He had merely fainted from shock. We had no idea. Eventually, we made it out of the village. Lo stayed behind to distract their pursuers. He told me and Karen to keep running. But we got ambushed by another group of Jaeger dropouts. Joshua. That's truly heart-wrenching. I've heard it before, but it gets me every time. That's what happened 14 years ago. At least that's how I remember it. That boy was left behind. That boy we left behind might have a different perspective on the events of that day. He may have hated us for escaping without him, and I can't blame him. The bullet you fired at Emperor Eugen should have been for me. Joshua! It's alright, Ren. It was a shock when I heard about what happened in Heimdall. I realized the burden that boy from Hummel had to live with. But even though I felt immense guilt that we hadn't checked to see if he was alive, that we hadn't taken him with us, there was another feeling too. Overwhelming joy. I can't say how happy it made me when I found out he had survived. Joshua. Thanks for being patient and listening to this long story of mine. Huh. Don't know why you'd bother telling me when it's got nothing to do with me, but it wasn't entirely boring. I managed to stay awake till the end. Ash. Huh. Glad to hear it. Thanks, Ash. The Hamel tragedy took place at about the same time I was first taken to Ymir. I'm glad Ash was able to hear Joshua's story. Oh, I didn't notice you were there, instructor. Hey, Reen. Dude, you shot much? Sure want to talk. Sorry about that. But the same event Joshua was talking about pretty much changed the course of my life too, so it's at least a little relevant to me. Why so defensive, Ash? I thought you said Joshua's story had nothing to do with you. She's got you there. Whatever, screw all that old drama. We got plenty of new drama we could talk about instead. For example, what's going on with you and Russell, huh? The hell are you talking about? Huh? Oh, why don't you share with the rest of the class? Ren, it's not like that. Damn, you can't even see what's right in front of your face, old man. We all know what's going on. It's obvious to anyone with half a brain. Who are you calling old, you little brat? I'm only 28. Why are you even talking about this? That's a very Ash way to change the topic. He used to be such a crybaby. I'm glad Adios kept him safe. No, not just her. It's thanks to a number of kind-hearted people. Yeah, thanks for sharing that story with us, Joshua. Of course. Thank you as well, Reen, for all you've done for him. Alright, that's everyone. And center. Sounds like the meeting's over.
Oh, you there, young man. You're Reen Schwarzer, correct?
Yes, that's right. I'm honored to make your acquaintances.
As am I. Stories of the Ashen Chevalier have certainly made their rounds across Calvert. Though I suppose not all of those stories paint you in the best light.
That's perfectly understandable. However, I hear you single-handedly destroyed a number of our tanks and gunships without killing those within. It was quite a feat, which spiked my curiosity. I see now why Lady Mildine, Princess Alphen, and General Le Guin hold you in such high esteem. Thank you for the compliment. Please accept my apologies about your tanks. It was nothing personal. You also played a part in the Northern War, didn't you? Remeferia and Northumbria have been on friendly terms for quite a long time. It pains me greatly we could not do anything to help them. Your involvement contributed to a significant reduction in casualties among their citizens, though. You give me too much credit. I wasn't acting alone. No need to be so humble. I heard stories about you from refugees who fled to Remeferia and Northumbria was incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. Modesty is a fine trait, but it starts to grate when people downplay their achievements. Acknowledge your importance. You're the person whose actions may very well decide the fate of the world after all. Yeah, there's still plenty of time until dinner. If you'd like to chat some more, I'll be in my room. Since the acting Duke Alberea and the fellow from the Inspectorate are here, why not invite them along as well? I've already informed them. I will also be returning to my room until dinner. Feel free to come and see me if you wish. I'd like to speak with Lloyd too. I'll go and tell him.
I was wondering when we'd finally get the chance to meet.
Lieutenant General Bright, I've heard much about you from Master Kafai. I don't think I've had the chance to introduce myself to you either, Your Highness. I am Reen Schwarzer, son of Baron Theo Schwarzer and disciple of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. I currently work as an instructor for Thor's Military Academy's branch campus. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Oh, no. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you. In a way, this feels closer to a reunion than a first meeting. Perhaps it's due to all the tales I've heard about you from Tita and Josette. And from Prince Olivert as well.
I'm honored to hear that. What happened to Oliver was truly heartbreaking. He had this grand vision, you see. It wasn't only with Erebonia's best interest in mind, but those of the entire continent. Yes, he was a great man. Victor and Toval were good friends of mine as well. Their deaths have dealt a heavy blow to Erebonia. I'd even say it was felt by the whole continent. But now, we must carry on without them. Even if that involves committing to something they most certainly would never have approved of. If you'd like, why don't you stop by to chat for a bit before dinner? Cassius, you wanted to talk to Estelle, didn't you? Yes, and the others as well, Ren, Tita, Agate. Please do come along, Reen. We could reminisce about Master Kafai together. I'd definitely stop by.
Oh, Reen! There you are!
Hello, Princess Alphen. Are you alright? Of course. I was a little shocked about the topics of discussion, but I suppose it's good we were able to talk about all those pressing issues. Princess. I see. I'm sorry, I couldn't reveal the intended scale when I invited you, Princess. I trust you understand this was an inevitable reality. Your presence here was of the utmost importance. Yes, I'm well aware of my responsibilities. Well, neither father nor my brother is available. It falls to me to represent the Imperial family and remain informed of the current situation. Would you be so kind as to share some of that information with us at dinner? That's the plan. We could use more input on the matters at hand. We'll be cooperating, of course. Bracers, the Special Support Section, and representatives of Thor should make their voices heard too. We need to know where they intend to position themselves between Operations Jormungand and Mil Mirage. Dinner won't be served for a while though. Princess Alphen, Elise, why don't you join me for tea? You may join as well, instructor, but the topic of discussion will most likely not interest you given how easily you embarrass. I can never tell if you're joking, Muse, but tea sounds good to me. Yes, count me in too. Oh, maybe Claudia could join us. Yes, I'll extend an invitation to her. Instructor Rean, will you be coming? Please do. If you insist, I'll see you in a bit. Alright. There's still time to chat with the attendees before dinner. I might want to speak with the President and Prince Albert. There's Lieutenant General Bright too.